Hey guys, and welcome to the very first F1 2014 gameplay on this channel, and it is, without question about, we've got to do Silverstone in the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso. And before I go into the video, I want to clarify that this is not the final build of F1 2014, it is a press release that was given to myself and a couple of the F1 YouTubers by Luke Spring and Codemasters. So I just want to quickly say thank you to Luke and Codemasters for giving me the opportunity to do this. And then straight into the video. As you can see, we're just going through the setup. It is the standard setup that you get when you join a session. So starting in 6th place on the grid in the Ferrari. So this was my very first race. Literally just jumped in the car and get some laps in. So it'll be interesting to see how I'm going to transfer this over to 2014 to 13. And that's a nice sound of the V6 engine there. So onto the grid, we've got Lewis Hamilton on pole position with Rosberg second, typical. So that's a good thing that Codemasters have got right on there. So my teammate Raikkonen down in 10th place. Familiar face up front with Bottas and Massa and Ricciardo around that area. As we're about to, the revs are building, as you can hear the revs building in the V6 as we're away here at Silverstone. And it's a reasonable start by us here. We're going to probably jump Ricciardo at the start, and we do. A fantastic start there from us. I think the key thing for starts is that you've got to be careful with the throttle with the V6 engines, because the hotter the engine will be, less performance for you in the race. So I did discover that when I was offline, when I was practicing in time trial, when I was burning the engine up, made the engine temperatures a bit hot. I did lose a bit of power and speed down the straight, so you've got to be careful of that during this stage. So we're in 2nd place behind Lewis Hamilton, as trying to get used to trying to remember the lines that I took for F1 2013, but obviously with the new regulations, with the lack of downforce, you might have to be braking a bit earlier and you need to turn in a bit more, as you will probably see coming up towards the old Turn 1 Cops Corner. Bit of dirty area there included from Hamilton's car, which did lose us a bit of more downforce and cornering, which pushed us a bit wide onto the curb, but we were okay to continue on there. So my thoughts so far, the Ferrari T-Cam looks modest. It doesn't look the best, from my opinion, but I love the sound of the Ferrari V6 engine. It's probably one of my favourites. The Mercedes engine's pretty good, and the Renault engine was okay, I guess, on there. But we're coming to the end of the first lap, and now this corner was a pain for me, club corner. Just you can see me losing the back end there, the torque from the V6 engines when you're trying to put the throttle down. Your back end just slides completely on there, and you can hear that puff sound as I went through 7th gear there. That is the turbo going through there, as we're still behind Hamilton. So this is Legend AI as well, forgot to mention at the start of the video. So I was quite surprised that, because on 2013 I would pull away from the likes of Hamilton, Rosberg, Vettel, to name a few, by about 2-3 seconds. And I'm not gaining as much on Hamilton here, so I like how Codemasters have brought the driver evaluation system, and if you don't know what that is, it's where it's like Forza 5. So if you haven't played Forza 5, at the start of the game you get put into a 1-lap race, and it determines your assists, and also, as I went wide again with dirty air, it replicates your driving style and skill. So if you win the race, which I did in the Daniel Ricciardo's Red Bull at Monza, which you'll probably get when you start the game when it comes out on the 17th of October, it then calculates your speed to the AI and makes the AI better. And it's proven here that I'm really not catching Hamilton at this stage. Still about half a second behind, and I've got Rosberg half a second behind me at this point, even with the use of ERS, which you'll probably see in my other videos that I have planned. The back of the car, when it will blink red when it's ERS enabled, and happens automatically throughout the lap. You may see it with Hamilton up the road, and a bit of power there, went over the curb and lost the back end a bit, but we were okay to continue as we're coming to start the final lap of the race. The The fuel as well, it does scare you at points when you're halfway around the second lap and it blinks. But I think I was lucky enough to get to the end with standard fuel at this point. So down the straight we go for the final time, and we're up, which is a bit surprising on there with a standard setup on there. But I'm not judging anything yet. I am using the standard setup. There will be a video of me doing a lap guide with the 2013 setup and just comparing if it's any good for 2014, as we take cops flat for the first time in 7th gear. And you can see there the blinking red light, that is main. I think that's ERS being used. I think Luke Spring mentioned that in the forums on Codemasters, so I think we've just clarified that. So we're coming down the straight then for the final time. I'm probably using ERS here, as we've gained half a second on Hamilton, but that's obviously with draft and ERS, as we're going to be right on the back of him coming towards Stowe for the final time of this gameplay on F1 2014, as we're going to come towards the end of the race. And I'm very surprised to stay behind Hamilton and I only just lose out for the victory. But second place will do, as we have a nice bit of a tank slapper coming out the final corner. But second place in our very first F1 race on 2014. I'm very happy how it feels. The handling feels good. No assist is quite challenging this season with the torque of the engine. And hopefully you enjoy that. So we only lost out by 4 attempts, but look at the gap between the rest of us, guys, from 1st to 10th, under 10 seconds there. Pretty good. But that's the end, guys. Thank you very much for watching this first ever F1 2014 video. And stay tuned for later this afternoon, as we will have another F1 2014 video for you. But make sure to subscribe to the channel for more F1 2014 gameplay. But until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. And until next time, wherever you all, have a great afternoon, evening and morning. I shall see you very soon. Take care.